My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Monster Train. Choo-choo. Let's go. It's time to board. Keep your hands and arms and legs inside the train at all times. Welder Helper and Important Work. 2 copies of the Welder Helper and 1 of Important Work. Baby, we're an imp deck. Temper the strength of our units. It will lower our units' attack and health by 5. Welder Helpers, imps, will not have the ability to move their health below 1. So they just come out as 0-1. So that's completely fine still. We probably don't want to run a multi-strike build because the multi-strike Horn Champion has very, very low health. And obviously, like, it'll take a much more significant hit from lowering its attack because it lowers its attack by that time, by that many times of its multi-strike number. Glimmer is also really good. I'd like the opportunity to upgrade some of those Glimmers over the course of this run. Let's look at the Relic first. I don't know if units cost -1 is ever correct. But to be fair, I never run unit heavy decks. So actually, I don't know. I'm gonna take whenever you consume restore 5 pyre health though. Because I'm gonna have a lot of imps in the deck ideally, and I already have some energy gain from the Important Work on the Welder Helpers, so I don't think I'm that desperate there. Okay. I want to go Hornbreaker. No, I want to go the Multi-Striker, but then I want to go Hornbreaker afterwards. I have read the comments about the mathematical proof, effectively, that going Hornbreaker isn't, going just Hornbreaker isn't that great. Obviously, if you go pure, I keep saying Hornbreaker, going pure Reaper isn't that great. The one thing I do like about it is you get to Reaper 3, and you get Slay 40. But multi-classing is a lot better because it actually helps you get the Slays off. And then also use it for multiple units on the same floor at the same time. Take the Brawler. Especially here in the early game, I'll take the Brawler because we don't have a bunch of damage in the deck. We've just got the Glimmers. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor. That's fine. The enemy units that appear on each floor are going to have 1 health. If I draw a single Glimmer, then I can clear out a floor. And as soon as I clear out a floor, I'm safe. There we go. Glimmer. 1 Train Steward, a Hornbreaker Prince behind. Pretty much exactly how I figured that one was going to work out. Okay. Let's Welder Helper there. I could sack it, but I don't need to this turn. So instead, I think I'll start working on the Priests. We'll go for that one. So I went for the Priest in the bottom line because this Priest is going to be up here in this next round, and I'm probably not going to be able to take out the Forge Disciple by the Hornbreaker Prince and the Train Steward. So instead, I've killed this one so that I can start hitting this with multiple different torches, but also playing 2 Train Stewards on this line to start interrupting with its HP as well. So you'll lose 19. Which puts you below the limit. So you'll go up, you'll hit 2 on my last shard, and then you'll die. That'll have to do. I'm gonna need another Train Steward down here. Hopefully I draw it this turn. I do, as well as the Welder Helper. Put the Welder Helper in the front line. It'll let the Train Stewards get more of their attacks up. Unfortunately, most of our range is already going away from our Hornbreaker champ, so we may even take a hit or 2 to the Pyre here. In fact, that looks quite likely. to. Interestingly, the fact that I went for no... I let units spawn didn't actually make that happen. It's just not having much damage in my deck at that point. Fledgling Imp. Yeah, it works well with the build that we already have. I don't need another Glimmer. Wildwood Sap, Razor Sharp Edge. It's also but it does make the Hornbreaker Prince at least a little better when it doesn't have its Rage up. Pass. Forge my units gain new powers as well as a Hellhorn unit, or forge my spells to gain new powers as well as 50. So forging my spells would be, I want holdover on important work so I can use it every turn against an imp. That would be nice. I would like either of the Glimmers to get a bunch of magic power. That would also be nice, but that's about it. And they're not huge effects. Whereas here, I get a Hellhorn unit and then I can start upgrading it. Basically, even if it's not synergistic with my... That's fine. That's exactly what I want. Thank you, Steelworker. Even if it wasn't synergistic with my build, I would take it there. But it is, thankfully. I'm gonna take it and double upgrade it. I don't want to give it quick. It doesn't need quick. It'll have enough health that it still gets to attack the enemies anyway. And quick is very expensive as well. Remove 2 cards from the deck right now. Whew. Okay, that'll help us get through fights like this. Yeah, I'm totally happy taking that for a unit banner. Steelworker on the bottom line? Maybe? Sure. Unless the rage will disappear. Okay. Torch, train, Welder Helper, restore on anyone? Yeah, restore on you. And there's the boss. I'm gonna torch you so that I can play a fledgling imp in that same line instead. Then Glimmer. And drop a Welder Helper. What are your breakpoints? 6. Actually, I'll drop Welder Helper in the front. It'll take 2 hits, and both of these will be hitting the entire time. Each of these can take 2 as well. Oh, actually, never mind. We kill on the bottom floor now. Beautiful. I love Steelworkers. I thought that I was gonna, like, dislike them, but damn, they're good. Alright. Another important work. If I am drafting into imps, it's good. Ritual of Battle is actually also really good for us here. What are you, tempering the strength of my units? Yeah, so Rage is actually still really good. And it gives me something to do with my energy when I have all of my imps out and stuff like that. And something to do with the energy when I... See, this is uncommon card. These are both commons. But that shouldn't really come into my reckoning that much because I already have an important work. I'm going to take the Ritual of Battle. I need the damage. And an Insnap. Husk Hermit? For some AoE sweep. I don't want it. Not that I don't need it, but I don't want it. Dupe any card except for your champion, get another rail. Yeah, it's that. I'm getting another Steel Beater. Steelworker, there you go. Let's have a look at the whole pros and Hellvent case before we choose a... Should have looked at this before we actually duped a card as well, by the way. Taking the money. I'm always going to go for the money there. 25% chance to deal 5 damage whenever an enemy unit enters your train is pretty good. We should have a pretty easy time with this fight. I don't know what I'm going to take as my boss relic, though. Yeah, because they have Clergymen, we do actually want to set up on the top floor. But also setting up on the top floor does mean that I get to deal just some damage to Daedalus this turn already. I'm gonna ensnare the boss for the draw. I don't actually want to ensnare any of those units right now. I do want them all to ascend. I'm gonna have to use Glimmer on that floor. These clergymen don't deal that much damage to the Steelworker. Yes, the constructed explosive does, but if I didn't have the ability to take out both the backliners next turn, that was gonna be really bloody. Alright, I have another Glimmer target this turn anyway. Perfect. I'm also keeping the imps safe at the moment, rather than using them as sack units. The welder helpers are harder to use as sack units, but in particular, do I need that? Not yet. One sec. Yeah, the welders are harder to use as sack units, but in particular, I really wanted to have an important off so that I could get a bunch of stuff out in the same turn as my rage, but if I'm not going to draw important and rage in the same hand, it's not super likely I do. Maybe hold off. You're going to take 3 hits to get through the Steelworker. I'm going to Ritual of Battle there for the damage now. A good amount of damage you've done. Important work. Glimmer on the top line for the extra health. Hey, there it is. Ritual battle, and now we're completely fine. Beautiful. Space on floor is a little bit appealing. So 2 things with space on floor. I could put 2 Steelworkers in front of the Hornbreaker, but unfortunately then I can't play imps on the same floor, so Fledgling Imp is not really useful. Or it gives me a place for another imp. Another thing I can do is an extra card per turn so that I draw into things like my Ritual of Battle, my important work, my important imps, my glimmers, draw into those more quickly. Actually, I probably want that. Transcend Imp, repeat all the summon effects, trigger this battle. Almost dead. It has to be Last Stands. I have the ability to like keep it around. I don't need any of these. I have the, do I? I've got 2 rail beaters. What if I put like a shattered shell behind a rail beater? That's pretty good. I might even buff that unit. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for, a Merchant of Magic. Remove Consume. Gain double stack. $10 rage on a Ritual of Battle? Yeah, that's pretty good. A Glimmer now does 12 damage to all friendly, 12 health to all friendly units and 12 damage to all enemy units. That's pretty good. In fact, why not do 16 with it instead? Let's remove a torch and a restore. Get some pyre health. Let's remove another restore and another torch. We need to get back to this Ritual of Battle commonly here. And in fact, probably like another restore. We have, no. Yeah, we have armor and we have glimmer. We have armor and we have 2 copies of glimmer, so we can remove another restore there. Enemies enter with armor 10. That is a little annoying. These things have 2 health, 2 damage and 10 health. 20 health. I don't think I can do that right now. I don't like that I don't think I can do that right now, but I really don't think I can do that right now. Let's go Shattered Shell on this floor, Hornbreaker on this one. Actually, let's ensnare first. Not the Glimmer I was looking for. Okay, Hornbreaker on this one, and then 2 Train Stewards down here. I'm looking for... Steelworkers? Yeah, Steelworkers for each of my frontliners, I guess. That'll do. So next turn, both of these are going to be on the next floor. Okay, it's important work there with the sacrifice. Give you the rage, which will give you the ability to kill all of those. Glimmer on the bottom floor. Fledgling Imp doesn't need to be played yet. Perfect. I'm just setting up units to be fed into the thresher of this sleigh. So effectively, Rage is just here to bootstrap your damage, but then after that, you'll provide your own damage with all of the enhancers you're going to give yourself from the sleigh. Do. I am going to need to start stacking Rage on there because obviously that's where I'm going to use my last stands. Rage up there. Yeah, that'll all do. And then actually get him. There we go. All of these are incredible. One Horn's Tome for an extra multi-strike on like the Shattered Shell or the Hornbreaker. Like multi-strike is so good. It's too good. It's too good. Pyagro, draw 1, enhance the drawn cost to 0. I have a fair few cards that would affect quite well, especially Ritual of Battle, but like One Horn's Tome, the Last Stand, the upgraded Glimmer. I'll take it. Remove 2 cards from my deck, dupe a card, or a random selection of artifacts, as well as gain an artifact. So this could give us... what? Rage artifacts would be really good for us right now. Also 20 health there. What's in the next area? This is an event as well as select a dupe. Ooh, card removal is really good for us right now. Duping a ritual of battle with double stack is it's too good. We have to take this side. Concealed cavern first. Increase magic power by plus 20 and purge on one of these. I could have a 20 damage glimmer AoE to effectively just free me from a round if I think that round's going to be awful. Or I could burn a train steward out of the deck. Let's probably burn a train steward out of the deck, to be honest. Purge being burned out of the deck when you play it. So you just get one powerful usage of it. That's fine though. I'm not going to remove that yet. Instead, I'll go... not what I wanted. I wanted the Slay for damage. Alright, I hope the next choice is Slay for damage then. Duplicate card except for the champion. Fine. Another double stacked Ritual of Battle. And then remove a Train Steward and a Restore. Great. -1 energy a turn for a random artifact. -1 energy a turn will actually lock me out of playing Ritual of Battle ever. One Horned Tome obviously needs to be upgraded, or I need to get extra energy before I can play it yet. So I can't take that. Okay. Steelworker Shattered Shell. Steelworker Hornbreaker. If only I had the improved firebox for the extra health on turn 1, that would be so good. Got him. Snag you there, keeping you there for... I probably don't even need it anymore. Never mind, still do need it. Ugh. Ritual of Battle is pretty big here. I'm gonna imp Important Work. Get 1 Horned Stone for an extra multi-strike, Ritual of Battle for extra damage, and then we're pretty much done. To be completely honest with you. Work him over, give him the absolute business. We can wait before we put another Ritual of Battle out. Sorry, we can wait before we put another Last Stand out. Any Rage Relic would be so good for us right now, which was why it was hard to avoid the Merchant last floor. But there'll be Merchants in upcoming floors still. Decent floor, a lot of go back and forth. What about this, though? Okay, that worked out. I can't even play Inferno yet. Same as the one-horn tome, TBH. Tiresome Climb. Tiresome Climb might be a good way to get the Shattered Shell behind my other unit, eventually. It'll be days, but... I don't think I need... No, because I want the Shattered Shell to thin out the units before they get to the floor with the Seal Breakers. I don't think I need any of this. I definitely don't think I need any of these. Okay. Dupe another card as well as a Hellvent. Duping another card at this point is like another Ritual Battle, and that's... I don't have the energy to even play those yet. Right. Let's look at the units I can forge. Endless? Endless on a Fledgling Imp? Because then I can just put that in front of my Hornbreaker Prince. It dies every turn I play it again. And then Strength Stone on the Shattered Shell also looks really good. We'll come back in a second. Summon abilities trigger additional time. That's incredible. Alright. Give you your 9 damage to make your Slays easier to start with. Remove 2 cards from the deck. Get 2 torches out, I think. No, it's a Train Steward and a torch now. Can I buy removal? No. In the next area, I have a Merchant of Trinkets as well as a Herzl's Horde, so I get an artifact as well as an artifact shop. That's really good. Okay, the Guardians have multi-strike and you empower them with Rage. This could be a little annoying. Don't empower the bottom floor first, please. Top floor, perfect. Alright. Steelworker. Steelworker. Shattered Shell in backline for clearing them. Hornbreaker. Endless Imp boss our units. I'm gonna have to have that Endless Imp killed though, so... Eventually... someone's gonna have to come down and kill it. Or I might end up having to do it myself. Okay. I let this unit ascend because I wanted to kill it. Kill my imp. Kill my imp. Important work is incredible there. Ritual. I can only get off one Horn's Tome this turn, so I may as well do it this turn. Ugh, Maiden Snare cost 0, finally. Perfect. It was too costly before, that was its big problem. Maiden Snare for the draw. Yes! Imp dead! Imp dead! Imp dead! And then we're just gonna consume. All right, come down to the second floor, please. I have a gift for you. I promise it's not murder. It totally is murder. Okay. That, and then I'm gonna sacrifice it. If I can actually, oh my god, if I can get holdover on important work, every turn I can Fledgling Imp important work. I get 5 extra energy, draw 1 extra card, and I get the Endless Imp giving +6 rage to my whole team. That's a pretty good. Ritual Battle. Yeah. Oh my god, it works. All I had to do was say get it, apparently. I'm not burning out this Train Steward until I feel threatened. I don't feel threatened yet. Fledgling Imp, then important work, then drop Ritual the Battle to. Fledgling Imp again. Ugh, get rage. Why you never come to the second floor? Because there's no, nothing to buff on that floor, I guess. But you go to floors without having anything to buff. Why are you just doing it to me? Got him. It's pretty good. It's going pretty good so far. I feel like we got a pretty good chance in this one. Ensnare to draw it again. Again. More rage, pyre growth. Oh, there's more rage. Neat. Why couldn't it have just come to the second floor? It would have instantly lost. I would have gotten more score. I'm not yet focused on score much at all, but I still like more rather than less. Got him. Yeah, 393. And it was a 4-time striker as well, so... damage stonks? Gain an energy each turn, or draw an extra card each turn. Drawing an extra card each turn is it's faster to get me to my important work sacrifice kind of like cycle. I want the additional card each turn, I think, actually here. Alloy of the Ancients is nice for just getting a unit all prepared to tank up maybe a bit too much for them at that time. I'd also love a quick tome would be really good. Forge your spells to gain new powers. There's the holdover on important work and removal of consumption on last stand. And double stack on One Horn's tome would all be really good. But I need some rage relics. I have a Merchant of Magic later on, depending on how I go here. So sure, I think I go over here first. Friendly enters with rage 3. It's good. 50% chance to swap the front and back units whenever they enter your train. We have a sweeper on the bottom floor often, so that doesn't really help us. I'm going to take the boons of the blacksmith here. Just in case things get by me. Non-boss enemy units gain 8 additional damage. This is... because we're not quick, we actually do have to worry about the enemies having 8 extra damage, because they'll just hit our steelworkers dead. And if they kill our steelworkers, we lose. So I can't take this random artifact. I wish I could. Steel worker. Shattered shell. Steel worker. Hornbreaker. And then I'll put the fledgling imp on the bottom line to sap up 7 damage for me here. Because it's endless. I'll get it back. That works. Alright. Imp. Important sacrifice right there. Battle, of course. Alloy of the Ancients to try and keep you around when you're about to have a bad time sometimes. Okay. Really wish I had the important sacrifice here, or a imp that gave us energy. Dang. Okay, sorry, important sacrifice, the important work, rather. Draw a card and reduces cost. If it hits anything except for the welder helper, I'm really happy with this. Nice. Use that for the draw first. Okay, and then important work. Stack up a ridiculous amount of damage on that floor, I think. I think that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, 8 extra damage would have killed me. Aggro gets important work. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Sack that so I can get another welder helper out. Pop a One Horn's Tome on Shattered Shell? No, it's obviously on the biggest damage one. There's our brief respite, and we should basically... Hang on, one more Pyre Grow. Give me the other... Actually, Ritual Battle is already cross zero. Fine. So I'll sack you, putting you on the top of the deck, and then immediately draw you. I'll torch you, putting you on the top of the deck, and then I'll immediately draw you. Glimmer. Torch you. Important work, sacrifices and draws the fledgling imp. I'll play it. Fire Grow draws. Ooh, a Ritual of Battle that it makes cost 0. Lovely. You can see why this is what I wanted to go with, right? Finally got the value out of the Endless Imp. All it took... So, the run that I had ages ago where I tried to use Endless Imps as an archetype and I ended up dying. Effectively, what that run taught me is being used in this. I'm trying to make sure, especially with a new game early on, that my losses instruct my future play. So, like, you know, I lost 2 times to not necessarily understanding the health values of the Gilded Wing and the amount of damage that it does. Immediately afterwards, I started to try and study the stats of each of the characters so that I would be accounting for them as I went into each of the fights, rather than just accounting for a general enemy. You know, I failed to get enough value out of a deck that was just running an Endless Imp, so now I'm running that as a secondary to a completely different archetype that's full and whole of itself. Ascending a unit to apply days 2, the only reason I really want that is for helping me get the boss to my floor so I can kill it, but that's such a fringe usage, I don't really want it. It's a fringe usage in that, like, there's only one more time I get to use it, isn't this? Oh, it is in the final fight. Possibly. Fortune spells gain, so, like... Removal of 2 cards? Do I even have 2 cards to remove at this point? Torch. Torch and Glimmer, actually. I do. Fine. I have so many different things this could give me. Double stack on a One Horn's Tome is pretty good. Let's remove Torch. These Welder Imps aren't great either, but they're good if I draw them before the first important work at least. And better than Glimmer. Restore health to my Pyre or give my Pyre extra damage. My Pyre is already pretty buff, but honestly, neither of those. If anything gets to our Pyre, we've already pretty much sacrificed a lot of HP on it. Taking the time to play any of those would slow down the start of our builds. I think I'm actually okay with losing 1 Welder Helper here as well. To help her. And then upgrade the champion, Slayer, Slayer, Slayer. Yeah, there we go, Slayer. But if I go exclusively with Brawler, I get a 5 times multi-strike. Yeah, I'm going for that, actually. We can have 7 times multi-strike on our champion. It's pretty good. it's pretty good. Sounds out that's pretty good. I kind of want to try and set up on the top floor immediately here, but I know it's not a good idea. Pyro first. That's not what I wanted to draw. Bye-bye. Snare you. Endless. So what? Am I not playing the other one? Train Steward on the top line. Steel Worker, and I'll sacrifice the Endless Imp to make sure I have it in my next hand to go on the next floor. We may end up losing our bottom line here. In fact, I quite suspect to. I intend to? No, I expect to. Expect to is what I meant to say though. I'll use that Glimmer just to save myself. Fledgling Imp. Last stand isn't enough to kill here, so I'm not using it yet. So important work is now top of my deck. Oh, there we go. This is it. Important. God, I should have Pyrogrown first. I definitely should have Pyrogrown first there. Okay, I'm going to Ensnare. Pyrogrow to draw the Ensnare, which will then draw Important Work back into my hand. Endless, use Important Work to get more energy out of this turn. Ensnare again, play the unit again. And then it is double stack. Give you more multi-strike, Glimmer on the bottom line, and consume for rage. Alright, Seraph, come to the second floor, please. Oh, I was kidding. Oh, you should have gotten that I was kidding. I'm afraid this is on you, champ. I had 4 more strikes coming after that, if that wasn't enough. And it turns out it handily was. All right. That went pretty well, I think. I got 5 different things with their golden frames here. Important Work, Steel Worker, One Horn's Tome. Probably a Glimmer, I guess? No, Glimmer I already had in a run. I do not know. But for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.